Good morning guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to the Bitcoin charts. So Bitcoin on the 4 hour, as you can see, we're smack bang in the middle of this this range we've got here between about 52 and 46k. Bitcoin obviously has got to make a decision. Are we going to come to the top of this range and try and break out the top, or are we going to come to the bottom and try and break out out below? Obviously we've got this larger range from 58k to 46k, and obviously this 52k being the midpoint. So we'll be looking for it to at least come and properly test either the 53k level and try and break through, or get rejected, or come back down again to the 46 region, and then either get supported there or get rejected. It is not likely to just stay in this middle zone at the moment. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Pretty much you can see the top side of these the top side of these candle closes, and some of the wicks is about 51k. So yeah, Bitcoin closing a 4 hour of 51k I think will pretty much trigger a move up to around the 53k. And then if we kind of look at these, well, realistically, we practically sat at the level kind of now, at the level now about 49k. If we close a 4 hour candle below 49k, I think that will trigger the move to back down to test this support level around the 46k. And then obviously if we get to the top side of this range or this lower side, we'll just have to assess what happens there. Do we break it? Do we bounce? Do we close candles below? Do we close candles above? So that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. Bitcoin kind of just in a mid-range here, deciding upon its next move. My bias is to the upside, to be honest. My bias is to the upside here. But yeah, we shall see what happens. The Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, that is pretty doing a similar thing to the actual just the normal Bitcoin price. It's below this range here. It came and tested this important level, got rejected off it. Currently putting a lower high relative to down here. Sorry, a higher low relative to down here. And yeah, so if we can get back up to this horizontal, take it out. Yeah, we could be seeing some relatively better action for this chart. I wouldn't necessarily call it bullish as of yet, but it would start to be looking a lot better. Actually, it would start to be looking a lot better if we can break above this horizontal, and then obviously clearly getting back above here will probably get us full bullish again. Ethereum USD. Yeah, you can see that it's got some horizontals around $1,600 that it's currently getting supported by. That's $1,750 to the upside that we're looking at. So realistically, the $1,600 level, if we lose this level, we're probably looking at $1,450 for a test, and then hopefully supported there. You can see it's an important level, or we pretty much get supported here, and then make another move to try and close above 1750, in which case above 1750 things starts to look really good again. But this is in the balance. This is relatively at its low side level, threatening to break below, close below, which will then take us down to 1450. Obviously in Bitcoin you can see it's pretty similar, this level here, this 49k level, looking like we're going to potentially we are severely threatening to take it out, which then we'll see a move down to around about 46k. Bitcoin dominance, how is that doing? Bitcoin dominance is very rangy here. This is not doing a lot. This is pretty much testament to the fact that certain altcoins are doing certain things and others are doing other things. And as a whole, the market is basically, as a combined market, is doing a whole lot of nothing. DXY's lost this horizontal, which was our bias, which we were looking for. So this is pretty much on its way to basically $89. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe accelerates down a bit, pulls back tests, and then comes down. But either way, I'm fully expecting to see this tested and then lower, which is gonna be a tailwind for sure for Bitcoin rather than a headwind. But we have discussed how Bitcoin is quite strong on its own. Stock market is doing. Look at this. Look, we had this severe pullback, was looking very big, and obviously number only go up for stocks. So there you go. Going back up. Nasdaq, how is that doing? That was looking worse before. But yeah, still not looking so great. But I mean, is it gonna keep going up? Probably. Is it gonna test its highs? Is it gonna break a bit higher? Probably. Longer, mid to long term though, are we just gonna have a wider range though? Quite possibly. But we've discussed the potential reasons for that. GameStop had a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a clear dead cat bounce, as you can see. People just having another crack at this one, but is this going to get back to $500? I think it's a pretty much resounding no. You can see pre-market though. Pre-market, guys, 173, but don't forget that obviously that's a long way away from nearly $500. But yeah, I mean, basically we were trading around the mid 40s, up to the 90s to close yesterday, and this is getting squeezed again. But I mean, obviously a lot of the hedge funds have been wrecked and out of the big shorts. I mean, I'm sure they've been reshorting, but they would obviously been reshorting this down, so they're not currently looking as bad as they clearly were when they were shorting maybe like say $12 and then we went to 500. But yeah, the squeeze going on in GameStop again. I guess some of those stimmies have been arriving. So right now let's check the stochastics. As is our usual process. 4 hour looking a bit tired here. 4 hour looking a bit tired. If 4 hour does turn over, then yeah, I think that will be the nail in the coffin that gets us down to test this low again. Where we want to get supported, really, guys. We do really want to get supported. Otherwise, things might not start to look so rosy. 10 hour though, that if that gets going, that can drag us up. It is looking to turn up from a low level. It was kind of kinking up towards turning up yesterday, but didn't dive lower. So yeah, 10 hour could drag us up. 12 hours still diving deep, but obviously that's at some point can turn up. Daily still coming down, downward pressure. I mean, this daily downward pressure is probably what is just keeping us pinned below 50 to 53k at the moment. And then yeah, the higher time frames, 5-day and 3-day, as you can see, turning down. But I mean, these can obviously stay up here. Weekly, trying to decide what to do. Bi-weekly coming down, and monthly pretty much turning over. So yeah, I mean, larger time frame, probably sideways from this read. Midterm, short time off the 4 hour, probably stay here or maybe come lower, and then I think those 12 hour and 10 hour will start to kick in, and then potentially also the daily could then turn back up at some point. Maybe we can create a new trend line in the daily from wherever it does bottom out, from this point to that point to then another point later on, but that is pure conjecture. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're really looking for. 10 hour, 12 hour feed through to daily, to basically get us back up to 58k and then basically get us onwards and upwards to the upside. Obviously, the downside is clearly below this 46k, which will pretty much probably bring us down to around, well, the next level around this 42k, and things won't start to look very good at that point. Things won't start to look very good if we do break back into this previous range we were in, after getting back all the way up here, back into this range of around 42k to 30k. That wouldn't be ideal, and then you'd pretty much maybe expect us to trade this range out a bit. But obviously, you would expect some buying to come in around this 41k level. There will be some very patient people potentially waiting for this level, seeing if they can manipulate the price down to there. Let's see if they can do that, and then buy up from there. I don't think market participants want to destroy this structure and just end this bull run prematurely. So yeah, I mean, obviously we can get support and move on onwards and upwards from here, trading this range 58 to 46k. or we can lose the 46k. We then got to hold 40k. If we don't, then we could potentially just going to fall back into this range, and that is really going to shake a lot of people out in the market, which that will obviously what will help drive us probably down to 30k. But I don't think that is the likely scenario. I don't think that is a likely scenario. I'll just make that clear. But yeah, that is it, guys. So remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys later.